What can we learn from Annihilation about cinematography and theme? A lot of compositions in Annihilation uses center framing, isolating our characters. In the opening, we have Lena, who not only is isolated in the center of the frame, but they even use the wall paneling to further frame her in the composition against a bare white wall. In production, plain white walls are a nightmare scenario, but here they added a simple light down the middle to give it a natural vignette around the edges of the frame, to add some dimension and drama to an otherwise very basic wall. In flashbacks, they start Lena and Kane in two shots. Then as the flashbacks progress, they move Kane to clean singles to show he's detaching before his mission, and giving her dirty singles to show she's still attached to him. He's mentally isolated already, even though he's still at home. Thematically, this is one big metaphor for cancer, which the movie is not shy about discussing. One of the first things we see Lena doing is watching a cancer cell divide.
The cell we're looking at is from a tumor. Female patient, early 30s, taken from the cervix. Over the course of the next term, we will be closely examining cancer cells in vitro and discussing autophagic activity.
This is a reference to Henrietta Lacks, which Lena is seen reading up on in another scene. Other characters have their fights with cancer as well.
A daughter, leukemia.
If I just had cancer, she was never coming back. You knew she was sick.
I guessed.
The shimmer itself attacks like cancer, metastasizing and taking over everything, mutating everything it touches. This would explain the climax where we see the alien act like a cancer, duplicating its host and convincing it to kill itself. Then we see it try this with Lena, taking a drop of her blood, and it replicating her, doing their own cellular dance, perhaps a callback to the cellular mitosis Lena observed at the beginning. I think we also see characters going through the stages of grief, and some characters not quite progressing through all of them. Succumbing to depression, denial,
That was a trick of the light.
anger, and even acceptance.
Annihilation.
Of course, in the end, they seem to defeat cancer through the phosphorus grenade, which would represent chemotherapy, and destroying the shimmer. The water test is interesting as well. In the beginning, we see Kane sip water and that he bleeds from it. We later find out that he is not the Kane he was. That's why this shot of Lena drinking water is so important. It tells us that she is not an alien, but as anyone who has fought cancer knows, it forever leaves its mark on you. I also think there's another kind of cancer the film is discussing, and that is infidelity and secrets, which are the cancer of a relationship. Kane can never tell her where he's going or when he'll be back.
You didn't tell me where you're heading this time.
She responds to her isolation by having an affair. I think this is why her eyes shimmer at the end, because her lack of transparency is still infecting her marriage, because infidelity and secrets are relationship cancer. You can listen to the full episode at thepestlepodcast.com/annihilation, or look for The Pestle on any podcast app.